A few weeks ago, we put a call out looking for things that you're curious to learn about in your golf game. Taking your range game to the course, looking for consistency, looking for distance. Got hundreds and hundreds of responses. So we've done a little series of videos here. Welcome to Random Golf Club Films Instruction Series. I'm here with Dana Dahlquist. You're a very good golfer. You've worked with some of the world's best golfers. Thank you for listening and watching at the same time. Welcome to the Random Golf Club channel, folks. My name's Eric, and we're very excited to try something new today. First off, I'll introduce my friend, Dana Dahlquist.
Hey guys.
I mean, this is not an experimentation for you.
No, this is like a daily routine.
You may remember that a few weeks ago, just before the PGA Championship, we asked everybody in our audience and in our community, what do you struggle with in the golf swing? And we got some 600 videos back. Dana and I have gone through and looked at what some of the videos share, and this video right now is going through probably what makes up the largest portions of problems or requests that people are having. Consistency.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we want to see players not only get better, but also play not in this yo-yo effect. We want a nice, consistent game.
What do you think is the simplest way to eliminate that reality of shooting 100, shooting 81?
Yeah, we want to understand what your faults are and just realize that it doesn't change day to day. We think we are as human beings, but that's not the reality. We start trying things, we switch clubs, we buy new putters, and we do all these things that we actually take us further away from being consistent, and we kind of react emotionally.
Wow, yeah. So I think right there, you know, Venmo, Dana, right, $250 hourly fee for therapy. This is not a golf lesson. He's actually going to help you out with your life.
Right.
Let's go take a look at some of these videos.
Yeah, beautiful.
Let's watch Erik's first.
Okay. So just kind of at first glance, he's got a good move. A little bit of a long swing, and what's interesting is he's got a club face that rotates open a lot on the backswing. So like, he's doing a lot of this action. He rotates the face open, face gets open. You know, good hip turn, good shoulder turn. So he's ultimately doing some good stuff. But when that face is that open, he stays open. And then as he comes down, he's got to rotate it close. So kind of coming down, that's still open, 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 open. Now he's actually swinging to the right with an open face, and he's got to close it.
I see, so that in and of itself kind of promotes inconsistency because you're sort of creating a difficult path to get to a straight shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have that club face that if this is square and I'm trying to hit the center of the face and this thing's opening and closing that much, at some point you're going to develop some issues. He would definitely need to work on some club face alignments and some understanding on how that works.
Okay. So the main thing to look at is, I see a lot of parts of the swing that are very good.
Yep.
You don't want to put yourself in a position where you're basically creating stress around closing the club face at impact.
Yeah,
you kind of want it to just naturally fall in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's go to this other swing here. We have a woman named Lulu.
Yeah. Well, what we can see here, she's got a really nice action, and to be fair, she's kind of the opposite. If you look going back, club face is square.
Oh, I see.
And when she gets to the top, that's very, I mean, she actually looks like an LPGA Tour player at the top of her swing.
It looks very efficient.
Yeah, it does. And then as she starts to transition, this club kind of comes outside, kind of steep, and she rotates real well, and then it comes a little bit across. So she's not utilizing what her pelvis should be doing. It's a little out of sequence. So if you look at her, when she's turning, she kind of starts moving closer to the golf ball, and she's not getting enough depth in her hips.
Okay.
Because of that, when she gets to the top, her hands are literally too close to the ball, if you want to think of it.
I see, right. What do you think consistency-wise she's going to be struggling with there? Because it looks like she's just going to be playing a nice cut for the rest of her life.
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting thing. So if you have a club that is essentially too steep, okay, and too in front of you on the backswing, your time to hit the golf ball is shortened. So for you to create speed, and you don't have a full wind up, I mean, this is layman's terms, but you're going to have a lot of manual influence at the bottom.
I see.
So the more that you can get the pelvis better, the more athleticism you can pull to the table.
Right.
You know, it's like throwing a ball. So if I'm going to throw a ball from here, or am I going to throw a ball from here? I don't want to sound redundant, but a lot of, golf is not as complicated as we make it. So if we really get, you know, good fundamentals in there and understanding of how the pivot should work in the face, you know, we're good.
So, and then the last player here we have is Kevin. Take a stab at this.
So Kevin's kind of, this is actually the first swing that I saw when we kind of pulled this up, and it's good that we kind of had this discussion. So Kevin is really compensating based off his grip. Okay, now I use the word attachment to people because when I say grip, people have a notion of, well, it has to be weak, it has to be strong. Like, just how you hold it and how you kind of attach yourself to the club is going to be very interesting here. Watch this. So he goes back, he's got a super strong grip, very strong grip, and he actually opens it up. So he went from a strong grip, kind of like this, and then he opens the face up. And then from that point, his arms go up and out.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any swings ever like that. Maybe once or twice. I mean, it's not even Matthew Wolf.
No, so Matthew turns as he does that.
Yeah, he's not turning.
No, so he's just kind of lifting his arms, and his hand, if you draw a line from the where his hands are, they're actually
It's
outside
like,
his hat.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's straight above the ball almost.
Right. So for him to make contact, he's got to somehow get his arms and his wrists to line this thing back up.
Can we just say though, I give this swing a lot of points, and the fact that he brings it out every day and plays with it, like, I love it.
Yeah.
Do you find it more problematic or more creative?
There are upsides. So the upside is that his hands are going in a straight line from address, straight up a line like that, and straight down, and he's not turning.
Yeah.
So if we just taught this individual to rotate his hips, his rib cage, he's going to have a better job with power and consistency.
Okay.
I mean, just pure and simple.
All right, so for Lulu, Steven, and Eric, we've kind of gone through your swings, and they seem to represent kind of a wide swath of people who are looking at trying to understand consistency a little more. Dana, I think we'll go over and hit some balls, and we can talk a little bit about, probably in general, how to work on consistency with your irons.
Beautiful.
Cool.
I like it.
All right, so now into the test kitchen. How do you have a conversation with someone about as ethereal about like consistency?
Typically, we see people that do not have consistency in the golf swing. Their body doesn't necessarily move efficiently. It doesn't move like an athletic move. So there's a little bit of how the weight and pressure moves and how the body turns. Rotation.
I mean, that does bring in a lot of timing problems. So, you know, would you potentially be going down the road of making someone even less consistent?
Potentially that could happen, but if we think of it like if I swung an object, like a weighted object, I can feel that pressure kind of moving from my left foot to my right foot.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And as I try to swing that further back, my trunk would start rotating, and as the trunk rotated, then my hips would rotate. And just in and of itself, that kind of brings in, you know, some better rhythm too. So when you're in there, just kind of have a good sense of your arms hanging, right? Pressure kind of in the balls of your feet. And then for you to move the club back, just feel like the pressure goes from your left foot towards your right foot, and then let your trunk turn.
Where's the trunk? This?
So yeah, like your rib cage.
Ribs.
Yeah, just feel like your rib cage rotates. That's right. Look at that.
That felt nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Do people come by and try to squeeze a free tip out of Dahlquist? Must be every day.
All the time.
Well, how do you... You got to give them something, though. What do you give them?
Oh, I do. Well, I like doing it.
One of the highest paid, most sought after PGA Tour swing coaches stopping off at a Muni, and you like giving free tips away.
Sure. Well, that's what I do. Everything else is, you know, I have to give them money. And at the core end of it, it's really just a movement pattern. It's something that's built in. So you have to be consistently working on that. You know, you walk the way you walk, I walk the way I walk. Well, that's trained, that's learned. Within the environment of golf, you have to realize that it takes reps of hitting balls and moving, and then try to correlate that to that natural movement.
Creating consistency within a feeling of tempo.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I am liking that idea. Also because if you're at home and you're watching this and you want to get better at consistency, I think one of the cool things that we're going to tell you, or that we are telling you, is if you want to get better at consistency, stop thinking about impact or ball flight.
Yeah.
Start thinking about making this consistent.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think about consistency and I'm like, just focus on the biggest parts of the golf swing.
Yeah.
And just focus on keeping those consistent.
it's good to kind of watch players at the highest level, how they move, and especially they put their focus on stuff very early. So they put their focus like at the bottom of the swing. So if you look at, let's say, Rory McIlroy, right?
Okay.
Good ball striker.
Yeah, very good.
And a good guy.
He's good golfer.
Yeah. So so if you look at Rory kind of has a little trigger where right before he moves, he kind of gets things in motion, right? And the more aggressive you make it, the more speed you have.
Okay.
But we're not looking for that. We're looking for something consistent. So we just make it where you just feel a little bit of a movement in your feet, pressure spikes, body rotates, and try to feel that rib cage turn.
Momentum and gravity, which is kind of all the golf swing really is at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We think it's, 48-degree head, 120-degree shaft.
Right.
But it's momentum and gravity at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Thanks to Chase Sapphire for making this video series possible. Thank you, Dana, for coming out. Thank you for the years. It's been years together. We've been back around this shed at EDPGC. It sounds like a military compound. And on some level, we are working with some top-level secrets back here.
We are.
A lot of PGA Tour gossip. All right, stay tuned. We got 3 more videos for you. We're gonna grab some lunch and hit some balls. I kind of choked on the last word, but it was fun.
It's really good.
I think that was fun.
Yeah.